My Debbie Meyer GeniusSponge. Customer pick, 240 reviews. 197 of these reviews are perfect 5-star reviews at hsn.com. The configuration we have today, you're going to get 12 of them, by the way.
That's
all
it,
12. Okay, when you look at these sponges, normally $27.95. This is crazy. They are only $19.95. This is the first airing. And by the way, when you look at these, not only are you looking at a sponge, one sponge that replaces basically 15. It holds 22 times its weight, absorbs 40% more than ordinary sponges, and it also helps to inhibit effective staph, E. coli, salmonella, black mold. But these need to be, I think, in every single home in America. And with 12 of them,
you can actually share.
Share, exactly.
Okay. Let me tell you a little story. In your house, what do you think is the dirtiest place in your house? It won't be what you think it is. All the studies say that the dirtiest place in your home is actually your kitchen sink.
Yeah.
The number 2 dirtiest place in your home is also not what you think. It is your kitchen sponge. So if you've got one of these horrible things, it's smelly,
I hate gross sponges.
Slimy, and I don't know why I'm touching it, but the stink is unbelievable. So if you've got one of these things sitting next to your sink right now, I have one thing to suggest to you. Toss it. This is all you need next to your sink. This is my Debbie Meyer GeniusSponge. You'll notice that it's soft. It'll stay soft. It will never crisp up. It will never change the way it looks. Look at these ribs. This is my scrubber sponge. It has a scrubber backing on it. The back of it is made with the same material as the front, although it's in a different texture. My sponges are actually manufactured and independent lab tested and proven to inhibit the growth of staph, E. coli, salmonella, black mold, and more things that I can't even pronounce.
Yeah, exactly.
So you use it as an ordinary sponge. Everything you do about it is the same as you would do. Whether you're going to clean up in the kitchen, you're going to do, but you know, when you go to wash things, like let's say your baby's things, and you've got that sponge next to your sink, and you're doing this, and then you're going, what do you do? You clean your baby's things. Right. You're spreading everything that's growing in or on that sponge. My sponges are actually manufactured to inhibit the growth of those things in or on the sponge for the life of the sponge. And as Bobby just said, every one of my sponges lasts the equivalent of 15 ordinary cellulose sponges. So and
sponges aren't cheap, by the way.
Well, I'm not really happy to do math.
Oh,
so
good.
I'm going to do it.
This is easier.
Okay. 12 of my sponges.
12 of these.
Means you don't have to buy 180 of these.
I love that. That's great, Debbie.
That's 180 sponges. I used to throw away a sponge a week because I was so afraid of what was going on.
I do the same thing.
So, in fact, in a moment, we're going to show you a little animation that was prepared by the independent laboratory that did the testing on my sponges. And there it is. What you're looking at right now is an animation of what is growing and replicating in or on your current cellulose sponge right now. Not only is it there, it's multiplying. If you replace it with one of my sponges, watch do you see the animation? Little things are going poof, poof, poof. That's because those things are being inhibited from not just being on the sponge, they can't replicate. They won't reproduce. So the sponge is essentially a clean sponge, a new sponge every time you use it.
That is so important, Debbie. And by the way, also that you even have the scrubber on the back of it. I love my sponges.
That scrubber will not hold on. Have you ever scrubbed a pot that had fried eggs in it? Or scrambled eggs?
Yeah, right. Okay. You got all like the little yolk all over it.
Rinse absolutely clean so easily. And now here's another thing.
And free shipping and handling also. I mean, so you're looking at free shipping and handling. Additionally, they're on 2 FlexPay, and that FlexPay all goes away tonight at midnight. And you talk about going to hsn.com and reading the reviews, when 197 out of the 240 are perfect 5-star reviews.
And who would think that someone would want to review a sponge?
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you so much for doing that, because this is an important part of life to me. I'm not a germaphobe, but I certainly like to do the best I can for my family. Now, my sponge is designed to actually hold 22 times its weight and absorb 40% more than ordinary sponges. So, but it works a little differently. Ordinarily, you would go like this to clean up a spill, right?
Right.
Okay, well, my sponge is actually going to suck up the spill.
It absorbs.
So watch this. I did it in here so that Bobby wouldn't have to lean in blue liquid. Okay, I put down the sponge on the liquid. Can you see it already absorbing it up in the edges? But if you push down a little bit, it pulls it all up inside that sponge. Look. And that's all.
Which I think also makes it healthier because you're not like, when you use, right, you're spreading it all over the place. Done.
And you can see from the sponge, it's not even full. So you would just wring this out, you know, just squeeze it out under running water, and you have got a clean surface. Look at the surface there. When you go to clean anything, every time you pick up my sponge, it's essentially like picking up a new sponge, because you're going to clean your glassware, you're going to clean whatever it is that you're washing. But to me, this is really important because I do have grandchildren. When I go to clean up their high chairs, I go to clean up the things that they want to put in their mouths, I don't want to be spreading this. This will help inhibit the spread of those things, because those things are inhibited from growing in around my sponge, and that's for the life of the sponge. And if every one of these sponges lasts 15 times longer, that 12 sponge is going to last you a very long time.
Okay, this is a crazy, can I tell you, hundreds are now calling. It is such a phenomenal buy, because it became, don't forget, it became that customer pick that we were referring to a little earlier at $27.95.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, last time Debbie and I did the sponges, they were $27.95.
That's right.
Today, they're only $19.95. The fact that you're getting 12 of them, and we showed you a little earlier, one sponge replaces 15, so this is like replacing 180 sponges.
You want to see what that looks like?
Yeah, here it is. We're shipping it for free. It's on 2 FlexPay payments as well.
Versus
Yeah, right, $9.95. And the opportunity to even have, so a lot of times you buy the scrub, you know, you buy the one sponge and you have to buy the other one that has the scrubber on it.
Yeah.
You have both of that in one, but the fact that it also helps to inhibit the growth of E. coli, salmonella, staph, black mold. So you're talking about not just getting a sponge that has an incredible absorbency, because it literally absorbs 40% more than regular sponges.
Will never get hard and crispy. A regular sponge always gets hard and crispy, and look, it's made to hold on to things. Look at the holes in it. My sponge is a completely different material. And you notice the way it's shaped? It's like that for a reason. I have a smaller hand. Big square sponges never fit my hand properly. This is a nice...
Oh, you think of everything, Miss Debbie.
I certainly try. I work on things until they work for me, because remember, my house is my laboratory.
Right. And you know what's funny? I think I have my first sponge. I mean, I still have like 11 more. I mean, I haven't changed it out, and I'm like in months.
That's what I get calls I get emails, I get calls all the time. People are saying, oh my gosh, I've been using the same sponge. To tell you the truth, I've got the same sponge at my kitchen sink that I've had there for,
so think about how long this one purchase today is going to last.
You can see that it's absorbed that into the sponge. It's holding it. It's not dripping. I can pick up the rest of this. It's not dripping, right? So all you do is rinse it under water, put it down next to your sink, let it dry, and tomorrow morning, it's a new sponge. This is simple. It's very simple. I like simple science. It's not so, the science itself is not simple, but the application is simple.
Right.
Because I don't want extra work. And I don't want to be cleaning.
It's something we all have to have. I mean, you have to have great sponges.
I don't want to be cleaning the thing that's cleaning.
I know, right? When they say that, well, wash it off, put it in the microwave. Let me tell you what.
I know.
Forget it. They end up, and if you're like we are, I'm heaving the old ones out once a week.
That's it.
This, just so you understand that what Debbie has done, given us a product that, first of all, every one of us needs, should be in every single home.
Keep in your bathroom too.
Oh, that's a great point.
The water in your bathroom around your sink, all you do is sop up the water around the sink.
Yeah.
You can teach each of your kids. They'll love having their own sponge, put it next to their own sinks.
And you're not like slapping the water around. You're saving the environment because you're not replacing your sponge.
Here's another little one. I keep one of these in the garage as well, because there's always something I want to wipe up. I want to wipe something off the car. I want to do something.
Yeah,
or outdoors, but I don't use the sponge that often. I don't want to go back to the workbench and find this sitting there.
Right, or you don't want to use the same sponge maybe on your workbench that you're using on your kitchen counter.
I'd like to show you this animation, this piece of tape again, because it explains the science. What you're looking at there, this is actually made by the independent lab that did the testing on my sponges. They said that's a replication of what is going on in and on your current cellulose sponge right now. And that stuff is multiplying. What you're looking at now is one of my sponges, and you'll see the little poof, poof as things are disappearing. That's because my sponge is actually constructed to not permit and inhibit the growth of things like staph, E. coli, black mold, salmonella, and more from growing in or on this sponge for the life of this sponge. So this sponge is actually designed to last 15 times longer than an ordinary sponge. So that's a long time. You will get to use these sponges. They will rinse clean. They will never smell. And if you read the reviews, that's something that everybody talks about. Oh my gosh, a sponge that doesn't smell.
What a great concept.
And it doesn't feel slimy.
It doesn't.
And here's another little thing that I discovered just as a by and by. You'll use less dish detergent because when you squeeze this, it foams up like crazy because it's denser.
That. Yep. And you're getting 12 of them, by the way. And I know we have only like a little over a minute, but you get... I'm telling you, you can put them away for Christmas stocking stuffers. You can give them as gifts.
I mean,
you can put them in every different room, as we talked about.
I talk very often about people taking care of other people. If you buy 12 of these and you're taking care of somebody, maybe you're going grocery shopping for them, you're cleaning for them, you're helping them out.
Yeah.
Give them some of these as well because this will make it easier for them. They don't have to think about what to do with this. I like things where you don't have to think about it.
Yeah,
I want to use my sponge
and know it's going to work.
as a sponge. I don't want to have to think about when do I throw it away, when do I
how long have I had
what do I clean
it
with. Okay, this makes it easy for you. It makes it easy for them. When my son was in college, I made sure he had all of my stuff because at least I had a fighting chance of thinking he'd be cleaner and healthier and be eating fresh fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing. This is easy science. I do things, everything is from my home, so it comes from my head and my heart when I tell you I needed some way to keep things a little healthier, a little cleaner, and doing it easily. So this is my gift to my own home.
Thank you. And
but
you're
it's a
getting
gift to you
12
too.
of them, by the way.
And today the value is
4.7 stars also, and 4.2 stars. And you can also check out our entire selection of all of the great products we have from Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Pleasure, honey. Debbie will be back later on today.
Yeah, 11 p.m.
11 p.m. tonight.
Thank you.
And look, you get it all. As we said, check out the boxes, the bags, and everything that we've had for you throughout the entire day. And with 1,000 gone of the sponges, definitely stay where you are. The free shipping and the